Hi, everybody, and welcome back to this episode of Character Chats. I'm Caitlin. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be hosting this interview today. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Dev Blair. I use they series pronouns or she series pronouns, and I play Ash.
Super happy to have you here today.
Mm,
Let's start it off easy. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Ash and what you like most about them?
for sure. So Ash is just this really whimsical, energetic kid. I think that's something that I like the most about Ash is just their never-ending sense of imagination. I think that I connect to their inner artist as an artist. It's always fun as an artist when you get the opportunity to play an artist or play somebody who art is very important to, because that's not hard to replicate. It's part of what you're doing. So there's that part of it as well. But I also think that art means something very specific to Luca, to Ash, like it means to everyone. And I think that when it comes to Ash, what I connect to the most in their relationship to art is I think that there is something very intimate and personal that it says about their relationship to survival, how they just move through the world.
Yeah,
And I think that that's something that it's not easy to tap into. It's very vulnerable.
definitely.
And I think that it takes a very brave person. Ash does not necessarily always think that they're brave, but I think that they're very brave.
So, what would your character miss most about the outside world if they were quarantined and in the situation that we're all in right now?
Whoo! I definitely think key spots, key hangout spots, key locations where, you know, Ash's
Yeah.
is working. um, I definitely think, over by the train tracks, very important areas. Just personally, spots that Ash hangs out with Luca. I think that Ash would miss Luca. And I think that just being outdoors, because also, influence, nature, being in nature can be very, very important for a person's artistic process.
Yeah.
And just overall well-being, so people draw inspiration from nature all the time, and I'm sure that that's something that Ash would miss as well, given
Mhm.
it's definitely something that I'm missing. I need to go on runs more.
Yeah, me too. Going off of that, what are you personally most excited about digging into, like as an actor, as an artist, as a performer, about this role specifically?
Mm, well, I definitely like being able to play somebody who resembles me in some way. That's always very an exciting thing. Especially just because I grew up viewing the various industries that I love and want to be a part of. Well, I don't love the industries, I love the forms. But I found myself growing up in such a time where I was not expecting to see myself like doing the things that I loved watching people do. And so being the having the opportunity to do that and also be someone who is so close to me, who shares identities with me, um, is always an exciting thing. Especially when the character is not two-dimensional, and that too, I think that what's really, I talked about this a little bit in the Kickstarter interview,
Yeah.
but what I really really love about this character is just this sheer fact that there is more than one thing going on with this person. Like
Definitely.
there is this tendency sometimes in narrative storytelling where give the character the big thing that they're
Mm,
focusing on.
yeah.
Um and I don't necessarily know how realistic that is, just to anybody's life, but especially somebody who is living at the intersection that Ash lives at. Life comes at you fast and certainly not one at a time.
Yeah. Okay. rounding it out, describe your character with 3 adjectives and an inanimate object.
Mm, I think I would definitely have to say imaginative. I will also say romantic with the qualifier of not of like relationship oriented romance, but more like just like a romantic lens, a rose
Mm,
tinted lens.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and so imaginative, romantic, um, and determined. And then I think for the inanimate object, I have to choose a spray can.
Yep, perfect.
Mm,
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Dev, and we
of
will see
course.
you all on the next episode of Character Chats. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.